Hello everyone, welcome back to my Cyber Challenge series. So I'm going to be using Ettercap to capture network traffic. Basically, I'm going to capture password and username of someone who tries to access an insecure site. So let's dive in. Here, I'm going to, as you can see, I'm already in my virtual machine dashboard. That is my Oracle VirtualBox. And I have my Kali Linux running here, as well as my Windows Server 2022 running here. So these are the two that I'm going to use to perform this practical. So this is actually my Kali Linux environment here. And here I have my Windows server running here. So first of all, I'm going to get the IP addresses of these two so that, or basically my target machine, because my target machine will be the Windows server, the one you are seeing right now. So I'm going to get the IP address because I'm going to use it later. So for you to get the IP address, all you need to do is what? Get through the CMD and then run an IP config here. And here you have the IP address 192.168.128.84. So we'll keep this for later and we're going to make use of it. Now back to my Kali Linux machine. So in this Kali Linux machine, this is the environment. Here we have my Wireshark. As you can see, my Wireshark here, I'm going to equally use it to capture the traffic that is running. And then I have here the applications in my Kali Linux. So basically, I will be making use of Ettercap, which is what I have here. So I'm going to be making use of it. But before we start our Ettercap, there are some commands that we need to run in our Kali environment or our Kali command line. So I have my Kali command line here. Let me just expand it a little bit. So this is my Kali command line. I can actually, so first of all, I want to get to my super user mode. I always get like being here so I can have all the privilege command that I will need. So when you are here, first you need to ensure that your IP forwarding is set to on, that is 1. And for you to check that, I will run a command that will show if actually our IP forward is set to 1 or it is set to 0. If it is set to 0, you can use echo command to set it to 1, meaning on. So if it is not, then you can be able to what? To do that. If it is, then you can be able to what? To go on with your what? With your practicals. So first we need to do that. And for we to do that, we need to cut this command. That is, we need to explore the content of this last value here, which is what? IP forward. So we need to make sure that it is set to what? To 0. So when you hit enter key, it is set to 1. So we don't need to echo the command again. But if yours is set to 0, you can use echo command dash space 1, and then you put greater than sign and input this same command with last value of IP forward. So when you do this, it will set the value to 1 if yours is already 0 here. So since mine is 1, let's get down to it. So I don't need this command anymore. Good. Now let's go back to our Ettercap application. And then we start it here. And whenever you start your Ettercap, it will require your root password. So here I have my Ettercap. I'm going to expand it a little bit. So when you have this, you see this sign here, you have to mark it to accept. So when you accept it, you can just stop the man in the middle attack first, and then we'll click OK here. So here, this is just the dashboard for it. And when you have this, first of all, you need to scan the available hosts that you have in your network. Okay. So after scanning the available host, you list your host so that from the listed host, you can be able to now select the target that you want to perform your attack on. So first we do that now. And for you to do that, click on this three dotted line here, click on host, and then scan your host. So scanning this host will be able to give me the available host that I have. Now the host is done scanning. Come back to that again and then click on host and then click on this host list. So when you do that, it will populate all the whole host that is connected on my network, and this is it here. Remember what I told you from the IP address that we got from our server, and my server is my target host. I mean, my target address here. So bear in mind, this practical should be done in a controlled environment. This is just for educational purposes. So remember the IP address 192.168.128.84. So we have to select that address within our listed host here. That is .84. So here we have it here. So bear in mind, we have delete host, we have add to target one, add to target two. So I will explain this. Now, add to target one means the number of target that you want to attack. So be it one, two, three, whichever target that you want to do. Let's assume I am dealing with only one target for now, which is my Windows server. If my client server, that is Windows 10, is on as well, I could have equally seen that IP address here. And when that is here as well, all I need to do is first I will select my Windows server. I will add to target one. Now you can see here it has been added as target one. If my Windows 10 is here, I will equally select the IP of my Windows 10 and then add to still target one. It will populate it here as well. Now, when you are done with adding all your available targets, the last one is your default gateway. This is add to target two. This add to target two signifies your default gateway, meaning that you need to select the the access point that you are having, that you are using to maintain your internet connection. That serves as your default gateway. For you to get your default gateway, you can use a command like IP route grep default. So when you do this, it will give you your default gateway as 192.168.128.1. So come to this list and search for that IP address. Here we have it here. So we click on this and then we add to what? Target 2. And then it will populate it here. So once this is done, first we need to what? Activate our Wireshark. Remember, our Wireshark is here already. These two signals means we are getting a signal from ETH0, and that is what I'm using. And any, we also have a signal here, but we're making use of ETH0. So you can double click on it to start capturing your traffic, and then back to my Ettercap. And when we're back to my Ettercap, I will click on man in the middle attack here. Here means to stop it. Here means to what? To start the capturing. And when you click on this, then you can select what you want to do. Here, I'm dealing with ARP poisoning, address resolution protocol. So when I click on this, it will bring up this menu for me. All I need to do is just to click OK. And when this is done, whatever you do will appear within this environment. So now watch the next thing that we're going to do now. On my Windows server, let's assume now this is the person I am targeting, and this person is here trying to access a website. The purpose of this again is for educational purposes, please. It is not intended to be used outside of your control environment. And the purpose again is for people who do enter into sites that are insecure, knowing fully well that attackers can what can exploit the vulnerabilities of that insecure site. Now, this person is trying to access an insecure site. This is, let me open up a web browser in my Windows server. So this person is trying to access an insecure site. So for the insecure site, I'm going to be using what is called test PHP vulnerableweb.com login page. So when I click that, it will give me an option to access the login page. So um, 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 okay, here we go. So this is the login page for this. As you can see here, it is not secure. You can click on it to view the information. Your connection to this site is not what secure. So please, whenever you are visiting a site, always be sure to check if the site is secure or not. Most of the time, we do neglect this and enter our details here, even sensitive details, and any attacker who bypasses this can be able to collect your details. Have it here, which is not secure, and then I'm expected to enter a username. Probably I have an account here and I want to enter my details. Now I can utilize any details. Let's say OB, and my password I can use. So this is the password. And when I click login here, now you can check yourself back. You are just a normal user now. Now, being the attacker that I am, on my dashboard for Ettercap, look at what I have gotten here. You see, I have collected your details. Your username is OB, as you can see, and your password is what? ABCDEFGF testing. This is the password that you have what? Entered. You see? So with this information, I can be able to enter that details or this or the page that you're trying to access, and then see myself as an admin within that page and do whatever that I want to do. So bear in mind that Ethercap cannot really view your traffic when you are accessing a secure site. So this is the end of this demonstration, and I believe you must have learned something from this. Please like, follow, and share this if you find it interesting. Thank you.